Hello and welcome to day 26 of Getting Good at Talking. I'm Leah and I'm recording myself every day talking to camera so that I can get better at talking to camera. I'm on a walk right now with my dog. Yes, I attach him to myself so I can be relatively hands-free, although neither of my hands are free. I'm holding my phone in one and my dog's water in the other. Anyway, we're on a walk. It's day 26. I thought I should probably do this before it gets dark, and I make an excuse not to do it. So we're gonna do it. And what are we gonna talk about? I don't know. So I've been reading this book. Ants. I've been reading this book. My focus is obviously a little divided. A part of me does feel guilty for recording this while I'm on my walk with my dog, because I'm like, you should be giving him more attention, but he's just smelling stuff. He's smelling all the stuff. Like, I walk myself. Well, today was a run day, so I ran, and then I walked to the house to cool. That was my cool down walk, and now I'm walking him, and his walks are for him. They're not for me. Although a few days ago, I was getting frustrated because he pretty much wanted to, he pooped on the walk, and then he wanted to go back to the house. And I figured it's because there's food back at the house and he's very food motivated. And it had been like only 25 minutes, and I was like, that's not enough time for a walk. But these walks are for him, so I loosened my grip on that a little bit, and I was like, Leah, just let him, like, he's listening to his body. If he's had enough, he's had enough. And the next day we went on a really long walk, so I was like, okay, he's fine. Anyway, what was the point of this? Yeah, these walks are his. That's the point. And he stops to smell everything, and I let him because, well, not everything. I try to avoid cat poop because he eats it, or food. He'll eat any food that has been dropped. So yeah, we try to avoid those things because the smell turns into consumption. Anywho, what I was saying before was I'm reading this book, the Road Less Traveled, and I'm on like the last section, I think, and it's talking about, it's like more spiritual stuff, and the author really makes a point in all of the sections so far that the unconscious mind is like where the wisdom is. And the section that I'm reading now talks about how our conscious mind often tries to deny anything that surfaces from our subconscious. It's like, we don't want that. We don't want, like, what does that have to do with anything? It could be a word, a lyric, I don't know, just anything from our subconscious, our dreams. We're like, that doesn't mean anything. But it does. It's the wise part of us. It's trying to show us the truth. And am I covering up? Where's the speaker on the phone? Like, or the microphone? Like, I don't know. I might have been covering it up. Anyway, so while I'm reading this part talking about how our unconscious minds are the wisdom, it's the wisest, it knows more than the rest of us, and we try to shut it out because we're like, no, I don't want to look at that part of myself because I don't like it. Anyway, there was a line there was a sentence in the book, and the first words were, I must confess that, and I'm a millennial, so what came to mind was, obviously, I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. And I was like, oh, is my subconscious trying to tell me something through Britney Spears lyrics? So I've had that one lyric has been in my mind all day. I must confess that my I read past that part, and I couldn't get it out of my mind, so I went back and I wrote in the what do you call it? What do you call the side of the page with no words? Margin. I wrote in the margin the rest of the lyrics to that song. I put a little arrow in the middle of that sentence after that, and I had to. I don't know. Anyway, so I've been asking myself, is my loneliness killing me? I don't think so. I wouldn't even say that I'm lonely. I'm alone. Yeah, I'm very much alone. A lot of the time. Yeah, all the time. But am I lonely? No. The pitch of my voice raised. So are we telling the truth, Leah? Would I like connection? Yeah, absolutely. But do I want connection with a high cost of abandoning myself and accepting less than what I deserve? No, I won't do that ever again. So yeah. Anyway, that got real serious real quick. But I won't abandon myself and what I know I deserve from a connection, any kind of connection, friendship, romantic relationship, anything. I know what I deserve, and I won't accept less than that. And that's okay, you know? I think we're taught, that is loud. We're taught to be grateful for what we have, to be grateful for what we can get, essentially. And sure, we can be grateful for it, but we don't have, we can also know that we deserve better, and we can be grateful for that opportunity to stick to our boundaries and stand up for ourselves and know that we deserve more. And we don't have to accept crumbs. We don't have to accept scraps. We don't have to accept less than what we deserve. No, that's stupid. And I'm not doing it. Anyway, all that from a sentence in a book that I'm gonna think about it. I'm probably gonna talk to ChatGPT about it. sometimes I need a little feedback, and I think of ChatGPT, I think of it as I'm just essentially talking to myself. It's kind of just a mirror. So, and it can sometimes recognize patterns that I haven't seen yet, or perspectives I haven't given a chance. It's sometimes I feel I feel at times it is like my subconscious. It's like the things I know I feel inside that I already knew this shit. Like, I already knew what it was gonna say. I already knew that was a potential, but I pushed it away because I didn't want to see that. And I could go more in depth about this because I used ChatGPT last night, or yesterday, to talk about my decision to fast. And what I realized was my decision was not, as I wanted to believe, an intuitively led, clean decision to have a clear channel for the day. It was a decision I made out of fear because my weight was up yesterday, and I was just like, well, all the what do you call it? I just was like, the day's perfect for doing a fast, so I'm just gonna do it, and I'm gonna tell myself that I'm making this decision because it feels right, when really, when we got to the bottom of it, oh, you're stuck. When we got to the bottom of it, it was a decision I made out of fear, not love for myself, out of fear. And so we broke the fast at around 8:30 p.m. And I said, fuck it, my inner child is hungry, and and that's how I framed it. I was like, I was so in my head yesterday about, like, we had gone so long. I was like, why not just finish out the night? But then I was like, Leah, like, when I went on my walk yesterday, I also got soaked. There was a downpour. I was just like, it was the perfect recipe for, like, emotional overwhelm. And I felt that, and I was tired. I was overstimulated. I was also just hungry. I was just hungry. But I didn't eat because, like, I went so long without eating. Because honestly, had I been listening to myself, I would, after that walk in the pouring rain, I would have had something to eat. I would have been like, it's okay, we're breaking the fast. But then as time went on, I was asking myself, am I wanting to eat because I'm actually hungry, or because I don't know what to do with myself? Because it was raining outside, and so I couldn't, it was pouring, so I wasn't gonna take Chubbs on a walk, my dog, and we couldn't go outside, and so our options were limited, and I just, like, I didn't know what to do with myself. So I was like, but I am really hungry, but am I just wanting to eat to fill that void of not knowing what to do with myself? And it became a thing. Anyway, we used ChatGPT for a little feedback and reflection of, and I realized, you know, as I was writing into it, that I had made the choice initially out of fear anyway. It was not a grounded, clean choice that I made. And I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see that I had reverted back to my old ways of being like, oh no, my weight is up. Let's fix this now. How? Let's do a fast. So I didn't want to see that, because that's not how like exactly I got to that decision to fast, but that was the root. Anyway, yeah, we broke the fast yesterday. And I felt so much better. I fell asleep with Chubbs, my dog, in my lap, and when I woke up, I was like, yeah, that was the right decision, because my body was just like so relieved. Like, we made the right choice. Chubbies, I gotta go potty before we go in there. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I gotta go potty. I always have to go potty. Fuck. Okay, well, we're gonna walk to the potty, and I'll see you tomorrow.